Hello, everyone. How are you? This is Kim Hoang, the host of the Kim Hoang Podcast Experience, coming at you live over at the Prototype Studio here in Wheaton, Maryland. And we're actually creating another installment of our episode mini, where we take a full-fledged, full-length episode, and we condense it within 10 minutes, give or take. And we just talk about one subject matter, and that's it. No theme music, no exit music, just attacking it, and that's it. And the fact that we're here and we're doing this with you guys, it's incredible. Tonight, I know that the subject matter that I'm going to talk about, I might have talked about it a little bit from a previous episode, and if I did, I apologize. But if there's one thing that I have to say, is that one thing about me is that if I talk about something that I've talked about before, it is because I believe in it. It's because I'm very passionate about it. And I think that it's important for me to kind of share it with everybody, no matter who, I'm sharing it with. I could be sharing it with a good friend. I could be sharing it with somebody that I don't know. That's just how it works. That's how it works. And this one is going to go out to all of my fellow podcasters. Now, I know what you're thinking. You're probably thinking, Kim, no, man. You're being discriminate, dude. For real. Because you're aiming it towards podcasters. How does that work for me? I get it. I understand it. But I request out of you guys, the listening audience, to please think about it with an open mind. Yes, it's aimed directly towards, a demographic. But if you listen to the message, what I'm going to be talking about is not 100%, aimed towards them. Because this type of situation can be applicable to anything, to anyone, to everybody. At least that's what I think. So let's go ahead and go for it. Let's go for it. I'm actually going to be standing up for this one because this is how deep it is. To all my fellow podcasters, all my brothers and sisters out there that do podcasting, I salute you. And I give you my love and support because we chose a creative medium that fit us the best. And one thing that a lot of people have to understand about us as podcasters is that we're storytellers. Everything that we tell you, we've experienced it in some way, or, we really feel passionate about it. And we want to give you guys a story. We want to tell you about what's going on with what we talk about. Because it could be a thing where it could possibly help that person out. Because they're having a bad day. They're having a bad one. And just telling a story about something that they could probably identify with, that could be their way of saying, you know what, man, that's awesome. It makes me feel a little bit better about myself. Or, maybe it's something that's not real, but you're giving something of talking about something and you're doing it in a very funny and a comedic way. That still could really help somebody out. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of people, they throw a lot of things out there. They think that we just basically go into a room, we grab a microphone, we hit the record button, and we just talk about anything and everything. And it comes easy. Let me just go ahead and spell it out for you guys right now. Ladies and gentlemen, as fun as podcasting is, it definitely comes with its challenges. You know what I mean? So it's not 100% easy, not the way that you think. I can understand why you would say that looking from the outside, looking in. But trust and believe, it's challenging. It's not a walk in the park. It's not a piece of cake. There's a lot that's involved. It's not just grabbing a microphone and saying whatever you want to talk about. It's more like you have to think about what you want to talk about and how it's relevant and how this particular situation could really touch the life of a person that might be listening maybe in Toronto, Canada, or maybe in Amsterdam, Netherlands, or Paris, France, Barcelona, Spain, Rio de Janeiro, Brazil, Buenos Aires, Argentina. Can I go on? Seoul, South Korea. Or maybe, just maybe, over in Sydney, Australia. Hey, I mean, it's possible. We have a power here. And with our medium, it reaches the world. It really does. The one thing that you have to understand is the following. Number one, we do this for a lot of reasons. Number one, we do it because we wanted to have a little fun with it. You know, it's all in the fun of the art. You know, you started right away thinking, you know what? If I do this, I want to do it because it's fun. I don't want it to be a job. I want it to be something where I can be creative and do my own thing and have a blast. There it is. Check. Maybe I want to do this because I want to help people. You know, if people are suffering in silence like possibly I am, for the ones that are dealing with, you know, mental health challenges, maybe my calm voice or my experience or my, you know, advice could help them. Another check mark there. Or maybe because I just enjoy the art of podcasting. There's nothing wrong with that. What you have to remember is this. There are going to be times where it might get tough. I know because I've been there myself. But number one, never give up. Because when you give up, that's the end. You always got to go ahead and have that mindset that, you know what? I can, I will, and I do. I think I can do it. I know I can do it. I believe in myself. And I believe that everything that I'm doing has a purpose. And you know what? If people like what I do, that's great. If people actually give you grief, if they give you some kind of form of haterade, to me, I feel like that's a little bit of jealousy. Because what you're doing is something that they wish that they can do. So therefore, in a sense, you know, you're doing something right. Because, you know, if you think about it, they want to do something that you're doing that they can't. And at that point, it's like, okay, you know, they themselves at that point have to figure out the recipe. You already got the recipe. If anything, you're making the recipe your own. And that's to be admired. There are going to be times where you might question, you know, whether or not if you want to do this or not. But I will say this. If you have that one moment where you doubt yourself highly, but you always have that one thing to go back to, that's a good indicator to let you know that, you know what? Your purpose of being a podcaster is not done yet. There's still that fight in you. There's a fight in the dog, as they say. And when you have that fight in the dog in you, trying to lash it out, that's worth everything. In my opinion, that is worth everything. That is worth that and a whole lot more. So guys, understand that, you know what? Although it is challenging, although we are in a creative medium where there's a lot that goes on, and we might get like, you know, some weird criticism, at the end of the day, we're doing something that we love. Just like how actors love to act on stage or act in film. Just like musicians like to be on the stage and perform for a wild audience. Just like, you know, if I'm a chef and I work in a restaurant, I want them to experience my cuisine and what I can cook, my food, You know what I mean? Art on a plate. It's that simple. And for anybody out there that, needs to have that love and support, and you're a podcaster, and if you need somebody to, kind of cheer you on, I'll cheer you on. And if you have any questions, feel free to reach out. At the end of the day, I want people to succeed. I really do. Bottom line. Wouldn't say anything. I wouldn't say anything if I didn't mean it. But that being said, ladies and gentlemen, I do need to go. I want to thank everybody out here who has given me so much love and respect and so much love and support. Do me a favor, please like and subscribe to my podcast on all the podcasting platforms: Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, YouTube Music, and on Audible. So please like and subscribe to us on all of those platforms. Also, please, spread the word. Whether if you want to spread the word of mouth, by talking to somebody that you may know in real life, whether if it's a family member, a friend, or a coworker, let them know about our podcast. Let them know about, what we do. It's really incredible. It's really awesome. Also, we have social media, guys. Social media. Spread the word either on Facebook, on Twitter, now known as X, Instagram, Snapchat, TikTok. Share it with the world, man. Share alike. Because at the end of the day, what we do in this sense is called brand awareness. Sharing is caring. So that's all I got to say. I want to thank you guys. We went a little bit over 10 minutes, but I think it's cool. We didn't break any John Q laws or anything like that, so it's all good. So for the one time, this is your boy Kim Hoang, the Asian sensation, saying thank you very much. God bless y'all. We're going to do it again real soon. And again, much love and respect to you all. Take care now. Peace.